Then now I have got a bit decent understanding since last 4 years plus. NIPM is pretty active in Calicut. It was there earlier, but not well established or running to the detailed, maybe in a structured way. That's what I would say. Okay. So I'll give you a quick note. I mean, I have also pulled in some of your alumni like Reshma, Riya and all. I'm not sure whether they have joined. Maybe I have requested them to join for sharing some of their experience, how they really benefited, directly benefited. There are a lot of indirect benefits, but directly benefited, that they will be sharing the details of it. Right. So let me just quickly walk you guys through some of the data, or maybe some data points or some understanding about NIPM, so that will help me to set the context well. So let me know if the screen is up. Is my screen visible to you? Uh, Guys, can I get some response,
Uh,
please?
Yes, sir.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
yes, sir. Now it's visible.
Okay, my audio is fine, no? You guys can hear me at least, right?
Yes, Jithin, sir.
Is there?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Yeah, great, great. Okay, thank you. So, so our overall agenda, I will finish up in another 10-15 minutes on the overall topic. Then an interaction would be much better than delivering it as a lecture. Okay. So the overall purpose is to to give you some thoughts and ideas, or maybe to slightly enlighten you on some of the activities, or how you can really leverage this platform for your career advancement, or for enabling your career to a better level. That is the whole thought process. Okay, nothing different, as I'm not going to share you any funda or new knowledge or something, but I'm just going to share with you there is such a platform existing. If you would wish to leverage it, yes, then that is available very near to you. Right. So as Christy said, yes, I would say a proud alumnus of NIT Calicut. I'm in School of Management Studies, and I was part of the third batch of School of Management Studies. Right. Okay. Then, yeah, currently I hold the position of Honorable Secretary for Calicut Group, which covers mostly the North Kerala region, majorly from Malappuram, Calicut, Kozhikode, then Wayanad and Kannur. So that's how the region surrounds, which comes under overall Kerala chapter. Right. So let me move on to next one. Before that, I also work from Calicut itself. So which is namely an organization, namely UL Technology Solution. Maybe I don't know whether some of you have heard of the ULCCS group. So this is an IT software services company, which is 100% subsidiary of ULCCS group, and I handle the talent manager role there as of now. Right. Okay. So that's a quick gist about me. Then, if you guys may quickly give me one response to it. I thought I have actually enabled an interactive platform. Then I thought, we had a discussion with Christy. Christy told that you guys are already tired from the mixed talk. So I thought not to trouble you much with the interactive platform and requesting you to log in from something else. But I have this question. If you guys may respond to it, that would be very great. Like, even you can post in chat, or you can unmute and tell. Obviously, I think I heard some of your queries in as part of the Alumni Connect, as part of your induction. But I was not very sure how you decided to take MBA. So any thoughts would be fine. Even it can be, sometimes it can be, when I interacted earlier, even not only earlier, even in my batch itself, there were two girls who actually took MBA just to to push their marriage for 2 years. So there are various reasons people take a post graduation, right? So what may be some thought process you guys had while you have decided for MBA? If you can just give me your chat, or if you can unmute and tell me, that would be great. So with that, we will move on. Guys, please, I expect some response so that it will help us to keep moving. Okay, so I'll read one response on behalf of Aravind Mohan. to have a better clarity in exploring different ways to build connections and network better. Okay. Career advancement is what Aditi is saying. Uh, Jawahar Babu is saying how to manage an organization in every way. Okay. Switch career from technical, Shrine says. Okay. That is one good reason people normally do. Okay. To help curb unemployment. I really did not understand how that helps, Vishal. Okay. Kevin Binoy says to build your career. Okay. Not getting what does that mean. The ability to manage a business in an organized manner. Okay. Venkata Ramaraju says to excel in career by gaining some knowledge. Okay. Interesting. Any other reasons? Anything that any of you guys would wish to respond? I got some decent responses. Thanks for that. So any other different thoughts? Can somebody unmute and tell me so that I will not feel bad that I'm talking continuously to the monitor? Rahul R said to understand more of corporate. Okay, fine.
Hi, Jithin.
Hi.
My name is Aravind, like you can see, and one of the reasons why I took MBA is to, have
Mhm.
a better transparency in, like knowing various functionalities which is actually happening inside an organization, like a microscopic view rather than an overall view. Like that is
Mhm.
also one of the agendas which I considered.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks for that note, Aravind.
yeah.
Okay. Right.
Uh, Hi, Jithin. I'm Aditi. So,
Not very
hello.
sure. Okay. Yeah. 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 Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm not able
Uh,
to, find you, whoever it may. Please go ahead.
okay. I'm Aditi.
Yeah, go
So,
ahead, Aditi.
why I took MBA is because one thing is obviously the career advancement which I'm looking for,
Mhm.
and also personally, I think it gives you a holistic approach uh, about the organization. So how to manage that and to evolve as a better person also. To work under pressure, human management, and many domain learning. So yeah.
Okay. I'll buy one word from yours, Aditi. You mentioned one thing to evolve as a better person. Okay. Like that. Yeah, thanks for that note. Any other comments? Anybody else?
Hello, Jithin. It's Kevin here.
Yeah, yes, Kevin.
Yeah, so I was working with Bosch for a year. So while I was working there, I understood that even with the basic technical degree, also to advance in your career, that is not at all sufficient. Like if you want to be in a managerial position, you have to have a managerial degree. So that is also a reason why people go for MBA as such.
Yeah, okay. MBA has some glamour, that's true, but not necessarily because even my current CHRO is a hardcore techie guy, but over years he now has taken up and now leading the entire group's HR division. So yes, I think in internally at a mid level, yes, it gives better leverage when you have an MBA. Okay, to an extent, right? Yes, Anmol, you are saying something.
Good evening.
Yeah, very good evening. Okay, Anmol Kumar Roy. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Sir, I pursuing MBA to develop overall personality development and skill development in the managerial field.
Okay. Mhm.
That would provide me as a career enhancement
Mhm.
all the field because in the management all things are coming.
Okay,
That's
makes sense. Fine with that. Then Aravind again says to evolve into a better people manager. Fine. Yeah, people management is very since he used the term, I'll just mention one thing. See, you may be tagged as a manager. In organization, there are two, one critical generalized position which people always say. So you may be a head of a team, or you may be leading a team, but to be tagged as a people manager is where a lot of your personal attribute is very critical. I don't know whether you guys are aware about this. In organization, there may be junior level executives, then senior level. Even you become a senior, you may be called as delivery manager or technical delivery manager or whatever the titles you have. But still, even after some 10 years, 15 years experience, you may not be a people manager. So in our organization, I can tell you an example. There are a specific group of people who can claim themselves as people manager, which organization really recognizes. Just being a team lead doesn't really mean that, because people management is where you are really capable enough to do the development of that individual. Okay, so for that, lot of your acceptance to the team and your ability to mentor and coach and nurture a person's career, so all those are important. I mean, so if you look at out of 100 plus, sorry, 500 plus people, we have close to some 60 50 to 60 range managers, but among that close to 25 or less than that, 20 to 25 are really people managers in our bracket. That is something very different, which we tag under the HR umbrella to specific individuals. So just for your information, many of you may not be knowing that, but such a bifurcation is there, right? Yeah, thanks for all bringing that. I think there was one, I actually took one point from someone. I forgot that, for to evolve as a better individual or something like that. Somebody has mentioned, no? Who was that?
It was Aditi, Jithin.
Okay, Atiti. Yeah, thanks, Atiti. Yeah, thanks for bringing that, Archana. Right. So I do go with that, because in my personal experience, that is what I have really felt. When we used to take, when we were in SOMS. So one thing that I remember from what Paledi sir also mentioned is that he used to say that MBA is a degree that really helps you to mold yourself or helps you to manage yourself better. That is what unique thing which really strikes in my mind, and I really feel that is true. Okay, yeah, obviously there can be difference of opinion, but that is how I take it, because when you can manage yourself better, the rest will follow. That is how I take it. So I always believe, whatever may be your different various reasons, because I have seen that across my batchmates, even some of my seniors and some of the juniors, even in different, people who have graduated from different management institutes. So those who can really manage themselves well are those who can really manage whether your team, organization, home, or whatever it is. So I always firmly believe that was the point I was trying to trigger. Aditi really brought that in. Two or three members who have actually commented also really, one or the other way, indirectly, they have also covered as part of their statement that. So the point what I was trying to convey is that MBA is a degree which really helps you to mold yourself or helps you to manage yourself better. Okay, that is how I look at it. My personal view. Okay, obviously we can have different opinion, but that was one point which I was just trying to figure out how you all take it. Right. So we'll keep moving. I'll just give you a quick basic historical understanding about NIPM, what it is. So NIPM, if you look at the expansion of it, it is National Institute of Personnel Management. Okay, so that is what NIPM is labeled to be, or the expansion if you look at. So to give you a quick history of it, there was a national body, namely Indian Institute of Personnel Management, which was established in 1948 at Kolkata, and there was a different body, National Institute of Labor Management, which was established in 1950 at Mumbai. And eventually, what has happened is that these two bodies merged together and formed as NIPM in 1980. Okay, so that is where really NIPM has taken its shape. So, and the headquarters is still Kolkata. Then currently even the national elections are also going on in that body. Right? If I have to just mention some understanding about that, is that it's 100% non-profit body. Okay, it is the focus of this is for the professional development of majorly people who are into personal management, IR, then HR, or maybe any kind of HRD development, then training and development. So like this, more of a people management cadre is what the focus of this one is, right? And it has got 5 regions, which are split into 5 different areas across the country, and these are those 5 regions. So the one is Eastern, Western, Central, Northern, and Southern. So total there are 52 chapters under that, and under chapters there are much more groups. So the institutional members and individual members, what I have mentioned is for Kerala chapter, focusing much more to the specific. So close to 52 chapters are there under 5 regions. And NatCon is actually one of the national conference which NIPM used to conduct. I think some of your seniors, maybe not Christie's batch, the batch very senior to that. That is before pandemic, when it was held in 2019. Though some of your super seniors were also part of that to volunteer that, which is a biennial national conference which used to happen, right? Where you build superb network of expert professionals in and around the country. Okay, then a few affiliations for this. So some of the affiliations for NIPM include International Industrial Relations Associations at Geneva, then Asian Pacific Federation for Personnel Management, then CAPD, SHRM, ILO. So all these are national and as such internationally recognized personal management or human resource management bodies. Then there is a clear understanding for memorandum of understanding with AHRI, which is Australian Human Resource Institute. So these all are different tie-ups that NIPM is having one or the other way, like memorandum of understanding or regularly associating for programs. So likewise, so various affiliates of NIPM. Just to give you a quick glimpse how it is spread across national and beyond national. Right, that was the purpose of sharing that. Then to give you a quick gist, like there are different memberships for this particular association. That includes individual when you are into a in industry, there are associate level, corporate level, and life. So associate is actually when you take yourself for 1 year of span and you keep renewing it. So corporate is when the organization, let's say company itself, will take a membership. Okay, then life is when you really take lifetime membership, so which is a one-shot payment, and the membership is covered across your life. Then the other is student. So student membership is when you are studying or you are doing any management post-graduation degree or management graduation degree, and this membership will be valid till you complete your course, or at the max 6 months after your course if you haven't received any placement, right? So that is how the basic membership structured based updates. Then the other one is institutional membership, which any institute, that means any like NIT SOMS or maybe any Rajgiri or any institute, they can take, educational institutions can take institutional membership. Right. Then I just would wish to bring you some of the services that NIPM is offering. So there is a PG diploma in personnel management, which is specific to HR, which is recognized by central government. Then corporate training and consulting is one of the service. Then people process quality certification. So I'm actually an NIPM certified labor law professional. So that is one certification. Likewise, there are different certifications. Then HR Excellence Award, which NIPM used to conduct year on year. Then a lot of advancement and technical training, hands-on certification trainings will be there. Then short-term courses or development programs will be conducted on a frequent basis. And national and regional level conference. We have seen 5 regions, and regional level conference will be there, and national level conference will be there. Then the regular research and development update, which will help all of us to keep aware about what are the amendments in laws or what are the trend changes in the industry likewise. Then professional publication. So every year there is an annual publication, which is an exclusive detailed journal which shares a lot of research and updates in the HR industry or the IR area. Then organizational surveys, then mentoring. Mentoring is one critical thing I would always vouch for. Because I that is one of the reason why I have landed up in my current organization as well. It was through NIPM where my mentor connected me to the organization, and that's how I could land up with my current job, right? Then there is specifically, I mean, for a labor welfare officer, if any of you guys are interested in the IR area. So this PG diploma for personal management by NIPM is actually a recognized course by central government for labor welfare officers. Okay, so which you may not be knowing, I mean, what that particular, how that role is coined, but people who are interested in IR will get exposed to that area and will drive their career ahead in that way. Maybe you will come to know that eventually. So this is a quick gist how its services are. So whatever I have mentioned is from the national point of view. So I'll just quickly share with you this one. I mean, what now I'm showing is actually the NIPM website. So if you guys land up in that, you will get to know. You can explore this. I'm not explaining all these. So nipm.in is the website ID. You guys can check whenever you have free time. So if you look at, I just now have clicked. So there is particular thing which annually NIPM conducts is actually a student national conference. So the last year's theme was HR 5.0, and which was hosted by Madras chapter, and you guys can also take part. Lot of student management events used to happen there. Even if you get certified as well, it will really get a lot of value to your career advancement. Then so these are much more details to that various you can explore. Okay, I'm not going to detail. I just want to show you guys how this has really helped. So something which if you look at the panel, how NIPM recognizes the experts, HR experts in the industry. So these all, I mean, the top 4 members who are mentioned are less than 35 age group across the country and who are really leading HR professionals in the country. One is actually Deputy DM of NTPC, then another one from Amazon, other one from Boeing, and then Atma is now in a different role. Earlier he was in that. So likewise, you can see how things are happening at NIPM. You will get to know. So I'm just trying to show something. Then I'll just show you this one professional publication. So that was the point which I was trying to show you guys. So let me just show you that as well, because that will give you a lot of insights on whatever is happening in the industry as such. Let me just try to get that. Did I missed out? Yeah, give me a moment, guys. I actually selected and saved it. Okay. So sorry, I misplaced the tab. So this was the tab which I was trying to share. See, there is an annual personal which NIPM used to release. You guys can go and check the publication page of NIPM. So from 1998 onwards, if you look at every year, there used to be one or more publication that used to released by NIPM. If you look at that, you will get to the latest trends of whatever is happening at, across the country or even outside. Okay, so these all you will get instant access. I think this is even open to all. So in case if there is any particular, there are few items which are only accessible for members and who are having memberships. Okay, so those are the only restricted items. Otherwise, it's open to all. So because it's a non-profit body and doesn't really rely on holding its content as such. Then I'll just quickly walk through NIPM Kerala chapter, about NIPM Kerala chapter. So these are some of the inputs which you can actually read out, the vision and related stuff. So HR Con Kerala is something which every biennial, every 2 years once we used to conduct. So 2015, 17 and 19, those were held. And 19 is the HR Con, which I mentioned that some of your super seniors were also taking part, right? So I'm just giving you some brief on how NIPM and its related stuff are working. So specifically from NIPM Kerala chapter per se, if you look at, there's a biennial HR conclave that I have mentioned, then annual legal update. So if those who are interested in IR area specifically, then this will be a very particular program which will enable you to catch up with the latest amendments in the labor laws that are happening. So now the 4 new labor codes are going to be effective soon from the central. Then monthly knowledge sessions are regular, which we have also. Christy may be explaining that in short time. Then we have a labor law certification, which I have mentioned to you. Then business quiz is something which we organize across the Kerala, or even based on national level itself. That Stona will also be there. This is particularly from Kerala chapter. Then young managers context. Then any collaborative learning where you will connect with mentors. Then endowment awards, which I don't want to go in detail, but just to give you that these things are happening. Then outstanding HR managerial role awards, CSR award, industrial visits. If you guys would wish to catch up with any of the manufacturing or construction hub, and one or the other person will be there from NIPM, so you can easily catch up with them and mention that you have a student chapter you would wish to take up the industry visit. Obviously, they will help you guys with that. Okay, then NIPM family forums are there, which I mean, we will come to know eventually as and when there is a need. Okay, because explaining all may not add much value to you guys now. So this is one quick just about one of the recent event which has happened in 2000 as part of the last HR conference, Kerala. This is one event, Knowledge Hunt, which that was there exclusively for I mean students as well corporate. So there were two separate divisions which happened. At that time, I think nobody from NAPM really took part in this. Sorry, NAT really took part in this, but this was very effective event which gave many of those participants got replacement offers in some of the companies where they were actually shuttling. The knowledge hunt was coined in such a way that they have to walk into various industries, companies like Apollo Tires, then with the Rajgiri Hospital. So likewise, different industry zones. There was V-Guard, then Taj Hotel. So likewise, different industries were pulled in, and this knowledge hunt was conducted. Okay, so that is one event which I thought I'll just bring to you. And if you look at the bottom, can somebody just tell me what you guys are seeing at the bottom of this particular page, left bottom of the page? There is one particular thing I have mentioned. Can anybody notice and recognize what it is? The website, namely Rekka Club, is mentioned. Any idea what it is? Have you heard of Rekka? Can I get some response, guys? What is Rekka? I think even some of your seniors also may not be knowing this, but at least from NIT, you guys should know. Any guesses? Can anybody just mention to me what is Rekka? Have any of you heard about it? Have you guys heard of REC at least? Guys, I need some response. Otherwise, I would totally feel I told you earlier. I mean, it will be totally like I'm talking to some monitor. Guys, any idea about what is REC?
No.
Okay, fine. Yeah, okay. Hari Krishna Raj. Okay, he's mentioning it. Okay, Regional Engineering College. Okay,
Okay,
then you. Yeah, go ahead. Somebody is saying something. Okay, right. So anyway, yes.
The train or like the seat berth, something like that we have in that, no, RAC, something like that.
Okay, right. See, REC is actually the older name of NIT, which, yeah, now REC are now NITs, correct. Jawahar Babu was mentioned, correct, that's true. So, NIT's earlier name was REC and now NIT. So, this Rekka Club is actually an exclusive, well-poshed club in Cochin. This is an alumni club
big
of
surprise for
REC.
me.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Thanks to yeah, thank you for that note, Sri sir. Yeah, right. Many do not know. So that is why I thought I will just mention that particular thing. And that is where we really conducted this knowledge club. That is a very posh club which has got exclusive suite rooms, swimming pools, a large, I mean, campaign area that 100% owned by the alumni of REC, right? So just for your information. So that was the venue where we conducted this knowledge hunt. for the boot camp point of view. Then further to that, it was full of spread around. You guys can just search Zing HR Hunt or likewise Knowledge Hunt in hashtags. You will get the past threads of it, right? Then, yeah, this I have already mentioned. Last time it happened in Le Meridian Kochi, where many of our juniors, I don't know whether Revati, okay, Revati is anyway passed out. So those batch, many of those members were there and they were part of it. Yeah, all of these are your seniors. So I don't know how many of you, I mean, at least Christie's batch, can you guys recognize these guys? So if you could recognize, these are your seniors who were then there for this NIPM SRC 2019 as at Le Meridian as volunteers for student volunteer crew for that particular event. Christy, can any of your batchmates, Archana, were you able to recognize some of these guys in the image?
Yes, Jithin, that's Revati.
Yeah, right, you're right. Revati is there.
Aparna is there. Aparna, Jittu.
Okay. Good. At least I'm just trying you guys to catch up. But this was a superb opportunity, guys. I don't know whether how far these guys have really leveraged, because this was an event where Governor of Kerala inaugurated, and many ministers, even including the industry veterans, were there. That was an exclusive event where you get to catch up with many expert HR professionals in the industry. That network is something which will add value. Then one more point, which when I asked why MBA, okay, second point, which apart from the personal management, another thing I would tell you, why people opt for IEM, why people opt for IIT, or maybe the next level comes NIT, right? Any guesses why people opt for IEM? Maybe over and instead of NIT. Any guesses from top rated colleges? Fine. What is the benefit of that? Is my question.
Exposure.
Exposure. Fine. Then
Networking.
correct. Who mentioned that?
This is Adira, sir.
Perfect. Yeah. Thanks for that, Adira. See, I happened to have a detailed discussion with one of the alumni of IMK. Then currently one of the leading management experts in the industry, expert in this. So he mentioned to me that because when it comes to industry, there is no big difference. I'm not saying they are in excellent or they are in good, but my point is that there is no big difference when you compare an NIT MBA graduate with an IEM MBA graduate, because some of our visiting faculty who used to visit in during while we were studying, they used to mention, I don't see much difference from my students and you. That was the regular comment which we got from many visiting faculties, right? So at times they say some of you are better than my students. So those were really, I mean, value adding insights for us. So, but what is the difference really that particular institute is making? It is because of its network. So what Adria point is, Adria has mentioned is very rightly perfect. Because the network, just imagine an IEM who has got a pretty long, pretty huge alumni who are all over the world and well established in different organizations. That network itself is fine for them, for any individual, across their lifetime career, if they would wish to really leverage that network. So networking is very critical, and the influential roles those people are there is what critical about. So one of the CEO of an established organization from North Balabad, he mentioned that he is going to take an executive MBA from IEM just for networking. Okay, just to get into that alumni network and build his business. He said, I'm not taking executive MBA for my management knowledge building, but just to get into that loop of network and build my business. So that is how people really look at it. It's not really the knowledge per se, but the network's strength of the network. Right. So these are some, instances I just would wish to show you even when pandemic began, the entire activities of NIPM translated to the digital mode. So these are one of the events which I was part of hosting, and regularly series of events happen. So just to show you something. So this is where online internship program which we conducted particularly in 2019. So I think so maybe I'll just show you next slide and just pull you these two. So it can, I mean, anybody from Christie's batch, like Archana's batch, can you just read out these two names? Or maybe if first years can read out also, it's fine. Can somebody from first year read out the names in this, which you can see as two awards? So two of your seniors has got two awards in that Intern to Learn program. After successful Intern to Learn program, I would say. There were only two took part, and those two really got the award. So first award was for as an eager beaver intern. Then the second one was a design champion. So can somebody from the first year read the names?
Mrs. Ramesh. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, Nisha.
Yeah. Miss Reshma Satar, award for
Okay.
eager Weber intern, and second
Okay.
is Miss Ria Johan, I guess.
Perfect. Yes, yeah, Ria Yohanan. Right. Reshma, you there? Can you come on screen if you are there? Christy, is Reshma joined?
Yes, Jithin, I'm there. I
Yes,
would like
Okay.
to come on screen and thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah,
Yeah,
perfect.
I
Maybe
was
let
very
me.
excited when you gave me a call today. Yeah,
Superb.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
guys, I mean, I just pulled in Reshma so that the people who have really experienced, if they share something for you, then that would be super worth than I just, I mean, vouch from my lips service. So that was the only thought process. So Reshma, over to you to quickly share some of your, I mean, direct benefits out of this intern to learn, or even as such. I mean, Reshma's was our, I mean, chairman for the last student chapter council at NITC. So over to you, Reshma. You may quickly give a brief to them.
Sure. Thank you, Jithin, again for the opportunity. Actually, when I got a call from you today, the first thing was, okay, let me see the time and I'll definitely join. I was the chairperson for NIPM last year, last academic year. And one benefit that I have got through NIPM is networking. You meet a lot of people, you can reach out to a lot of people. And at the time when I had no internships for MBA, you might be knowing there is compulsory internship to be done. So at the time when I did not have any internships in hand, probably because of the pandemic that hit. So it was through NIPM that I got an opportunity for an internship in HR. And we were supposed to do to make an instructional design. It was regarding labor laws. So through that, I was interested in HR. I did not have any plans to go for HR specialization. And one thing, an inspiration to take HR as a specialization for me is Srijit sir, and definitely NIPM. So I was confident enough to take this as my specialization and go ahead. And at every instance where I had some clarification to get, even related to my subjects, I would reach out to some eminent and leaders in the industry. For example, during this internship, my mentor was Varkechan Peta, who is head HR English Indian Clay Limited. And also my buddy was Jerry Chituran, who is HR in organizational development at the VKC group. So I used to clarify my doubts, especially regarding labor law subjects. So it is an exposure that you get through this, and also a continual learning, I would say. And definitely, I would ask non-HR, those who are not even planning to take a HR as specialization, they can even enroll because one thing is like you can build your network. It will help you to fetch internship opportunities, and even placement opportunities. So I also congratulate Christy, who will be our next chairperson for this academic year. And I believe the NIPM team that we had at NITC, they will take this forward with a lot many activities. We try to do few webinars. We also attended a Stuna conference last year. So I believe the team that is going to come from the newcomers also are going to take this ahead. So I wish everyone here who have joined, welcome to NITC, and wish you all the best. Yes, Jithin, over to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Reshma. I have pulled her from her busy schedule because today there is hiring going on, and she is in charge of for the Pennsylvania region, and she's too tied up with that. I think she hardly closed her today's effort around 6 o'clock. So I just thought, sharing her experience would add a lot of value. So we are really glad that some of our juniors are really flourishing, and we could really give them some path, one or the other way, through our efforts. So Ria, you are there? Ria, are you there? Yeah, Ria, if you may come on screen and you can just pitch in yours.
Yeah, hi everyone. Thank you, Jithin, for this opportunity. And actually, I was not an NIPM member, but when I got connected with NIPM was through this internship opportunity. As Reshma has already mentioned, it was that period when the COVID hit very hard, and our batch were finding it very difficult to find internships. So it was then NIPM came up with this internship opportunity for which me and Reshma could become a part of. And as she has mentioned, the major benefit is, of course, networking itself. You get to know and get to connect with a lot of HR professionals as your mentors to guide you. And if I would like to mention an example, I had a project in HR. So I was really, very doubtful about how to proceed with the project. So at that time, I had someone to contact, especially at that time. If Jithin is remembering, I had contacted Jithin and Jerry sir, etc. So you have someone to, to contact, to approach whenever you have some doubts regarding HR or any other thing as such. And another thing is that, as somebody was mentioning, as I think Aditi, to become a better people manager, you will get a lot of learning from HR managers, from all the managers. Networking, one of the major benefits of networking is that you will have a lot to learn from them to be a better person. So intern to learn and NIPM as such will help you in that. And of course, SOMS had been having a great collaboration with NIPM, and I think last year, under the chairmanship of Reshma, Christy and all, it became stronger. And I hope and I wish this student chapter goes as stronger as before and make the most out of the opportunities that you have with NIPM, even if it is simple, virtual interactive sessions. Try to, interact with them, try to connect with them, so that you will have a relationship with them, so as to approach at a future period. And if you're thinking like it is just for HR people, no, you know whom to approach when you need a job or an internship, right? So it is not just for HR people. For all the specializations, you can surely get enrolled in this NIPM and get most of the opportunities. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Jithin.
Yeah. Thanks a bunch, Ria. So I'm really glad to see the level of confidence and the way Ria and Reshma interact now. I think Ria didn't mention that she is working in EY, and into the learning division. So
Yes.
today we were having a quick interaction about how her work is going on and all. Yeah, thanks a bunch, Ria,
Yeah.
Reshma, and I think you guys can
Thank
drop
you.
off. I have just pulled you just to share your experience. Yeah, thanks a bunch. Right. So, guys, so what you have heard now from two of your elite alumnus is that how they really benefited directly. So these are the two direct benefits. So I thought I will just share. Otherwise, apart from that, I think I'll request Christy also to mention some of the things that he did last year, and all those unrelated activity inputs. I will quickly share one more update. Recently, the NIPM Kerala chapters, the entire officials, including different groups, office bearers were elected. And as I mentioned, I now take up the honorary secretary role for NIPM Calicut group. And this is the activity calendar which we released for 2021-2023. This was released by the Industries Minister of Kerala, Mr. P. Rajiv. Okay, so if you look at this itself for 2021-2023, this is a detailed action plan. Maybe let me just try to share you some of the activities that may benefit you. So, yeah, right. See, there are various focus areas. I'm just going a bit fast because I wish to close it by the time it was allotted to me. So, mentoring, train the mentor program. So, all those initiatives, HR skills development, compensation management, leadership recruitment, work culture, design thinking, HRBP, ER and IR. So, all these particular programs are coming up in the coming 2 years. Then HR in general, legal, MDP program, then similar activities. So there are various research things happening. So HR management in Kerala. So a compendium will be published. Then publication of Kerala personnel, digital repository of the entire network, which you can directly access, latest trends, membership directory. So these are some of the activities which are planned under the current new leadership. Okay, so look at here. There is a specific campus connect. So I wish one of the campus among these 10 campuses opted by NIPM Kerala be SOMS. So that will automatically add a lot of value to the entire group. Then there is a lot of publication related initiatives coming up. Then labor commissioner. So all, even recently when there was an amendment in the labor law, NIPM as a group has submitted a different objection, a specific objection, and how that can be mitigated as a suggestion from the HR fraternity. Okay, that was not objection, but as a recommendation to the amendment. So likewise, lot of initiatives are happening, and there is a clear link that NIPM is creating with other similar bodies. So CIA you may have heard of, then KMA you may have heard of, NHRD, then ISTD, then SHRM is also something which we are looking for. Right? So likewise, NIPM is moving ahead with various initiatives. Then there are a lot of innovative programs that the committee is planning. So one is Ask an Expert. So if you have anything to clarify from an HR standpoint or from an industry point, yes, there is a program that is coming up. Then Virtual Knowledge Fund for professionals. Then NIPM Student Chapter Competition plus Student Internship programs. So this is something which now from this year onwards exclusively NIPM will drive on every year, which was not there last year, but previous year it was year back, one more year back it was there, 2019. That is where Reshma and Priya really leveraged that opportunity. Then Launch Her, which is going to be across the nation, specific focus for lady HR professionals. So this is how the overall agenda of the program is. So I thought I'll just quickly walk you guys through these whole things so that you will understand how effectively the academic or maybe the activity calendar is coming up. Then next one thing that I thought to bring to your notice, that how people get jobs is just a survey which shows how people really leverage the opportunity. So if you look at the graph in the graph, the most job converted is through network. So that is where I would again wish to emphasize the power of network. Your network is going to be your net worth across your career. So that is what I have learned. So that is why I'm sharing this. So this platform will obviously add value to you in that line. So please do leverage the platform. Then these are some of the achievements which Kerala chapter across the NIPM. So from 1975 onwards till last year, many times we were the best chapter. Then second, third, or some of the other role across these 52 chapters. NIPM Kerala used to be there. And that is where we leverage all our initiatives and it become very unique. And without compromising on the quality, it always drives all initiatives across these years. So just to give you that input. Then I think, yeah, I thought to share some of my moments at SOMS and explain with you, but because of the time constraint, I'm not really explaining much into. So this is my batch. I mean, third batch students we were. And when you guys had some very recent interaction with Dr. Prabharan Paleri, he was mentioning about a book which he recently released. So that is this one. I just thought I'll just share you which one is that. Yeah, this was one of the one which we started at 2011. So this was the poster for 2012 Tarang. So just I thought, I mean, this gives me a lot of memories connected to our efforts where we never had a, I mean, depth alumni network or any connect. So it was literally, even for placements itself, we were literally walking door to door from different companies. I remember still we walking around in Bangalore and Cochin from various door-to-door big jewelers and related stuff for placement and all. So I hope now all those hardship and shift in this placements or internships are gone, because you at least have, I mean, this batch at least have strong 10 years worth alumni network. So you can leverage that. That will automatically help you to fix all these things. Then please do utilize this TBI opportunities as well. Then take part in Tatva. Tatva used to have one management first, which I think you guys can really take over that management event, like the business plan, B plan, and related events. So these are some of our moments. So while we were in the campus itself, was just a building which is now the TBA office, I believe. So some moments from our side. So that's it. I just close up with, because I was allotted, I think the maximum time what we planned is till 8:10. So because I want Christy also to share his experience as a he was the secretary for the last term. So I want Christy to quickly walk you guys through some of the activities that and I mean the say student chapter council, they have maybe that under his and the teams, Reshma, Ria, Pusti, Achana, and Pragna, they were and the entire group, because there were a lot of HR members who used to do that. You guys can even club your HR club and this SCC as a one item. You don't have to have a separate. That is how normally institutes run it, so that there is no overlaps in the activities and you can use both logos. So Christy, I invite you, maybe before inviting, you guys can, those who would wish to connect with me or LinkedIn, you guys can connect with me with the same name. Maybe I will keep on adding once Christy shares his thoughts. Christy, I invite you to share. Maybe I will pause for the time being, and we will catch up along with your presentations. Is that fine, Christy?
Yes.
So, yes. So I'll just stop.
Okay.
Yeah,
fine.
Go ahead.
So I will share my screen. One second. Yeah, is my screen visible?
Yes, Christy.
Yes, Christy.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So I would like to thank Jithin for this opportunity. So I will quickly go through what all things we have done as a part of our student chapter SEC activities in the previous year. So for the previous year, you can see this poster, right? So this was our team. So as he had mentioned, Reshma was the chairperson, I was the secretary, and Archana was the treasurer, and Ria and Pragna was the committee members there, and our Sriji sir was our academic coordinator, and Jithin was our industry mentor that time.
Yeah,
And
Christy, can I just interrupt? Can you please that? See, guys,
yes,
this
yes,
is actually the general SCC structure. I mean, as the office bearer structure, and it can have many members. So there should be two committee members, one chairperson, one secretary, and one treasurer, one industry mentor, and one academic level coordinator, or whoever is taking care of from the faculty side. So this is the normal structure, and this should be the structure which you should follow year on year. Right? Normally, the second years used to take chairperson role, and the first year you to take secretary role. The rest three gets shuffled. So that's how it used to be. So I just thought I'll just share this point so that you will understand why these much roles are created and why is it? Because this is as per the bylaw of NIPM. Yeah, go ahead, Christy.
Yes. So this was our team. So actually, when we started our SEC previous year, that COVID situation happened and all our classes had got online. And so we were in a situation like what we have to do, where we have to start. So that thing, so in first some time there was some problem, like there was some confusion, but actually we had overcome that things, and we had conducted around 6 sessions in the previous year. Also on the this COVID pandemic situation was there also. Then we conducted online sessions. Around 6 sessions we had conducted. So I will show you some glimpses of what all sessions we have conducted. So actually this was our first session. So this was a part of our orientation. Actually the same as today happening. So it was on around 1st October when our classes had started. And this was the second one was our first major NIPM talk session. It was conducted by Anish Aravind and Adila Rashid on that time. And you can see all these posters. Like this was for our January session by Mr. Jerry Abi. He was the HR Organization Development Manager at VKC. And this was for our February session by Mr. Murali Krishnan B. So he was the HR business partner of the Ford Motors Private Limited. And this was for the March and the May session. It was one was by Mr. Arvind Warrior. And the last one, which we had conducted recently, was by Shweta Singh. She was a co-founder of Blitz Jobs. So around, I said like there were around 6 sessions which we had conducted as a part of our SCC. But we actually in the public forum we had conducted these things, and we had a lot more things which had happened interiorly, like what to say, like in our Tarang, Tarang Business Fest. NIPM was active in helping to conduct the HR event in the Tarang Business Fest, and there was also an HR analytics workshop. And that workshop, the speaker was also by the contacts of NIPM. And as Jithin has mentioned, there was a national conference, Pune 2020. It was held on around 11th and 12th December 2020 by NIPM Madras chapter, titled as HR 5.0. And around 7 to 8 students from our chapter had participated in that Stuna conference. And previously we had around 31 members from our batch and 17 members from our senior batch. So around 48 members were there previous year. So that 17 members had passed out. So we will be wishing that you people will get the membership, and you people will be added in our team. And the main thing, the last and not least, the main thing which we had got from NIPM is what he had said, like network and connections. Like we had conducted around these 6 sessions, and these 6 peoples, not these 6 people only. There were many contacts from the NIPM, Jithin, and all things, all the peoples who had helped a lot in finding our internships. And when actually there was an incident like on our internship times, there were as the COVID was there was a very difficult situation to get an internship. So that time many people from NIPM like Jithin, Aravind, and Jerry sir, all had helped a lot. Like they had shared our students' profiles in their HR channels and HR groups. And some of our students had also got opportunities from good organizations for their internship also. That all happened in the background. And that was a major thing that happened there. And many of our students had created a good relationship with all these peoples. These six months or 7 months which you interact in this previous year, that is a big connection, or it's a big network, right? It ranges from VKC to Ford to ULTS. So I think that network and connections had helped us a lot in leveraging our this pandemic situation, this difficult situation. Like we were actually stuck. Like we have to find an internship on that time, and no companies were taking the students offline. So that time also NIPM had helped us a lot. So for our junior batch, um, that's a major advice from our side. Like we will be again continuing this trend. Like we will be conducting webinars around another events. So you will find many more speakers, many more networks. We can leverage that things and can use them and can maintain good relationships with them. But you people didn't know where will the help will come. Actually, we will think like, okay, we will our placements and all our life is settled, but actually that will not happen. We have to do our side. Like we have to maintain good relationships. So NIPM will help you on that. Yeah, that's from my side. So thank you, Jithin, for this opportunity to introduce, to say the things which we had conducted previous year. So we are also wishing like we will continue this trend and we will be as enthusiastic as previous year. Okay, thank you, Jithin.
Great. I mean, yeah, thanks to you, Christy, actually. So I just came up as to introduce you about a platform of such. And those who are interested to be part of this one, you can connect with Christy, or obviously Srijit sir would be knowing better, or any of in the previous year team like Archana or Prekina, whoever is there, right? Yeah, that was I mean, the only thought process for keeping the session, guys. So now you can leverage it from here. Any questions if you have, we can catch up. I think maybe like I mean, I think I the time allotted to me was till 8:10 is what I understand from the schedule, from 6:50 to 8:10. So I think we are on time. If you guys have any queries, we can take that now. Otherwise, we are good to close for the day. Either you can post your queries or you can unmute and ask. I really would wish to run this as a pretty casual session. That's where I thought I really need, I mean, Christy, Reshma, and Ria to come and add on. So otherwise, you will feel that I'm mentioning some GAN and things are not working out. This is just taking another GAN that you listen. That was all thought process. Maybe Srijit sir, anything that you would wish to add? I specifically didn't check with you. Sorry for that. So anything that if Srijit sir is there, anything that he would wish to add?
No, not really. It's quite comprehensive, well covered, by the way. And now the students, for them, it is also explained what is in it for them to become a member. If we could also explain about the process, like in case if anybody is suddenly interested to join, so if Christy or Jithin, if you could explain about the process quickly, that would be better. But otherwise, well, nothing much to add. It's well covered, I guess. They've got a pretty good idea of what an IPM is and the benefits. Right. Thank you.
That's right. Yeah. Thank you for that note. I think from a membership point of view, there is a form which you have to fill in, and yeah, Christy will guide you on that. I mean, there is a membership fee of 350 rupees, so that is across 2 years. So that will be there, that nominal fee and this particular form filling, wherein you need a formal attestation from or formal, I mean, approval from the institute that's saying that you are part of this institute. So that is the very brief about the process, and you have to just send it via scanned copy to the chapter, which I will interface and I will facilitate that with the support of Christy and the new team that are coming up. Yeah, that much is only from the process point. There is a form to be filled, that is the application form. Then there is a fee attached to it, that will be maximum 350 rupees. Then that, I mean, jointly, obviously the fee part will be collected together and will be shared. Against that, you will get a lot of benefits in many of the events to take part. That is very, I mean, nominal amount. Apart from that, then the entire processing is you can leave to us, because I will write to chapter and chapter will send it to the main national body and they will share you the membership IDs. So that's it. The process point, it is just that much. There is an acknowledgement required from institute, that is very critical in the sense that is part of the process. That much is there. Rest anyway, to the nitty-gritties of anything on the form point of view all those Christy can explain. I can share the forms with him, or you can directly connect with me also. That's also fine. Our LinkedIn, or you will have my contact with Christy or Shijit or any of the NIPM earlier, or maybe with some of your seniors too. So yeah, that much from my side. I think even last year, some of the HR games also we collaborated. So I think Srijit sir had some different ideas which we couldn't really execute from a joint association. Maybe this time we will look at that as well. Yeah, that much quickly about the membership process point of view. Any other queries or something? If you guys can pitch in, that's fine. Otherwise, you guys can connect me or LinkedIn with the name Jithin Chakkalakkal. That's also fine. Any other things, Christy? Are we good to close? Anything else that you wish to cover now?
Yeah, one more thing. So we had missed one team. Like, so whenever we have one session, so we first go to our social media team. So they were important for creating the posters and publishing it on our social media channels. So from our NIPM student chapter, from the side of our SCC, we are very grateful for them, especially Adira and all the team who are, if we say in the evening, like we want a poster today itself, so they are using their time for this. So we are very grateful on that. And yeah, I'm pretty much good for that. And so I would also like to welcome Archana to give the vote of thanks. So
Yeah,
over to you,
maybe
Archana.
before that closing, Christy, I just would wish to share two words in when Christy mentioned, guys, this is an opportunity for action learning. Normally, we learn something and we look for something to implement, but this is an option for action learning and intentional learning. Just explore these two words, action learning and intentional learning. You guys can explore whenever you get some time. So I would say NIPM really offer that. Yeah, over to you, back to you, Archana, Christy. Yeah. Thanks.
Hi, thanks, Christy. Good evening, everyone. Myself, Archana, Treasurer of NIPM NITC, would like to take this opportunity and propose a vote of thanks and thereby express my sincere gratitude to our speaker, Jithin Chakkalakkal, for accepting our invitation and giving us valuable information regarding NIPM. I'm pretty sure that the precious knowledge that you gave us will definitely help us, especially the first years, to understand what NIPM actually is and its importance. Once again, I thank Jithin on behalf of the whole NITC and NIPM as well as the entire SOMS community for taking out time from your busy schedule and enlightening us with the knowledge. Also, even though Reshma and Ria is not here, I would like to thank them for sharing their valuable experience. Last but not the least, I would like to thank our HOD, Mr. Dr. Mohammed Shafi, and our faculty coordinator, Dr. Srijit SS, for giving us permission to organize this session. Thank you all for joining the session and wish you all a very happy Independence Day in advance. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Archana. And I'm part of you anyway. Okay, we are part of the same family. Let's see what all things we can do. Thank you, guys. Bye bye. Good night.